Thanks for listening to the Thunder Underground podcast. This is episode 55. My name's Trent, and as always,
I'm Jason. What's going on?
I don't know. If this podcast was a car, Sammy Hagar could not drive it.
He couldn't, because it's 55.
There you go.
But good thing it's not.
Right.
But I got my Merle Haggard shirt on. I'm ready to talk about some music and some rock.
I got on a Soilwork shirt, so we're
covering it all, man.
Yeah. We're covering the gamut of amazing musicianship, melodicness, and songwriting supreme.
That's right. So
we never did mention Merle Haggard last week or the week before, did we?
We didn't. I mean,
it's been 2 weeks now. Is that
right?
And
you know what? I mean, it's not metal or rock, but it's our podcast. We can fucking talk about it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, we had the pleasure of catching one song. Was that it? Last year at Riot Fest?
Yeah.
Because I don't really regret it, because that Henry Rollins thing was so amazing.
It was amazing.
But, one of Merle Haggard's final performances.
Yes.
In the last few months was in Chicago at Riot Fest. I know my sister and Tracy and Cammie were over there and said the whole thing was amazing. Sounded great. So, shout out to that. And, just the guy's unbelievable. Everybody knows that. There's nothing we can say here that people don't know. Unless you just stuck in the world of metal and have never listened.
The guy's a legend. And, I mean, we grew up on him. His songs are like, Bibles, really. And, I was lucky enough to see him probably about 15 years ago at the Brady, and it was amazing. I saw him a few years ago at a casino in Bartlesville. So, I mean, it was just, it's like seeing one of the big four for me, Yeah. Like I said, I was raised on that kind of stuff, and, it doesn't matter who you are, what you listen to, that kind of stuff just rings true for everyone, I think. So, music world lost a giant for sure.
Well, he is part of the big four, right, of 70s country.
That's right.
When you think of Willie, Waylon, Merle, and Johnny.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. And David Allan Coe's kind of bringing up the rear.
Yeah,
on his motorcycle.
Was always my favorite.
Yeah.
But, of course, a huge fan of all these other guys.
Definitely.
And two of the cooler covers I've seen live in the past 10 years, or maybe ever, were both Merle Haggard songs.
There you go.
Over the past few years, I saw Damon Johnson do that acoustic show down in Ardmore, Oklahoma, and he played Working Man Blues. Great. And then I saw Sunvolt in Dallas and in Tulsa about a year or two ago, and they played Stop the World and Let Me Off.
That's awesome.
And it was unbelievable, too.
Yeah.
And I know both of them, of course, when he died, mentioned it on their social medias that's like their absolute favorite musician of all time, I think. So, I mean, as far as songwriting goes.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was a sad day.
Yeah. Well, getting back to rock and metal.
That's right.
Let's talk today. If you're hearing this comes out Monday, but the day we're recording this is actually Record Store Day, which was April 16th this year. I think it might be every year, but because I know it's not always a Saturday, is it? Maybe it's always a Saturday, and I'm just confused. But
yeah.
Anyway, I was able to get the Metallica release for Record Store Day, which was the Live at the Bataclan.
Yeah.
I think it's 10 songs or whatever from like
2003. Yeah. Yeah, I heard it on Sirius. Sirius has been playing it all week. And you picked it up, so that's awesome.
Yeah. And there was also an Iron Maiden release of a picture disc of Empire of the Clouds, which would be amazing, but I wasn't able to find that.
Yeah, couldn't score that one.
I just found Rancid, Quiet Riot, Crosby, Stills and Nash, and Ghost.
There you go.
Nothing to do with Record Store Day. They were just in the store, and I took them.
Well, that's a good haul, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Holy Mountain. If you're in the Tulsa area, it's a really cool place. They specialize in, mainly underground stuff, like punk and hardcore and metal, extreme metal, alternative stuff. Just, I saw everything from Mayhem to L7. It's all over the place.
Right on.
Go check those dudes out. But also yesterday, Metallica released their 2 reissues, or the first 2 albums, Kill 'Em All and Ride the Lightning.
Deluxe remasters, yeah.
Yeah, I think you can get just the remastered version of either album, in its normal track list, or you can get the deluxe box set style thing.
Yeah.
Where I think if you get the physical version, it's like several records, and I think you can get it on CDs and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But Kill 'Em All is like 6 or 7 discs, right? And
yeah, I mean,
Ride the Lightning is maybe 5 or 6.
It's vast.
And you actually listened to almost all of the Kill 'Em All one already, right?
Yes. I'm not ashamed to say it's on Spotify. I'm a broke dick, so thanks to Spotify, I listen to all of it. I'm in the midst of listening to all of it, and I'm almost done with Kill 'Em All. And it's got like 2 or 3 live shows. It's got rough mixes. I mean, it's got all kinds of stuff, and I mean. It's really cool to hear. I mean, there's some things like, I never had the most trained ear like we talked about earlier. Some of the stuff, the rough mixes and whatnot, I'm like, this doesn't sound any different, and somebody that's, got a better ear probably, can pick it out. But there's a few demo versions and whatnot that sound, a little different. I think it's cool hearing those old live shows. They're playing Trapped Under Ice before Ride the Lightning came out, and stuff like that. So
did it sound significantly different than the?
It sounded about the same. It might have been a little looser, because maybe they're still putting the finishing touches or whatnot. But it was really cool. I mean, if you're a Metallica fan, this is something you have to listen to, and I don't care how many times you're hearing these songs, you can't skip any of them.
Yeah.
Just keep right on through. So
there's like 4 versions of Anesthesia on there.
Yeah. Well, and that's another cool thing is all the bass solos and the live stuff they're all different, and so it's really cool. I mean, me, I'm a huge Metallica fan, so I mean it's awesome.
I know I said this when we talked about it before, but I hope they keep doing this, obviously, with Master Puppets.
Exactly. I feel
Justice and the Black Album, I guess, but
I feel like they will.
You just assume everybody's waiting for that Justice to be remastered to see if they turn the bass up and the whole world might explode. The metal world, at least,
Yeah. Or, they could pull a Sharon Osbourne and just have Rob Trujillo re-record the bass parts. He's done that before.
There you go.
Just kidding, though. They shouldn't do that. They won't. They won't.
Well, what else we wanted to talk about? This new album from Soto.
Yeah.
Which is, you haven't heard of that? It's just SOTO. If you've been into rock for a while, you've probably seen the name Jeff Scott Soto around. He's like a world-class singer. He's pretty, successful and popular in other places of the world, not in America.
Yeah.
But he's done everything. Like I saw him live with Trans-Siberian Orchestra years ago. He was in Journey for like a month.
Yeah.
Which is a great story because I know when their previous singer at that time, which was the first guy that placed Steve Perry, was Steve Augeri, and when his voice blew out, they called Jeff Scott Soto on it was either 1 or 2 days notice and said, "Here's the set list. Can you do this?" He said, sure. He showed up 2 days later and was flawless.
Yeah.
And
that's how professional this guy is.
And I guess he did it for the rest of the tour. And then when they asked him to join, he just told him, No Sean, basically to F off, because No Sean was like, here's your salary. You're a hired employee. He's like, well, they were working on an album, and he's like, what kind of input do I have? And they said none. He's like, well, see ya. I'm like, well, that's why this guy is awesome.
Yeah, I did not know that.
But, that's a loose version of the story. It might be a little different, but anyway, he's done all, he's got a bunch of solo albums, all kinds of stuff. And
he was on the first 2 Yngwie albums, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. I think that's, where a lot of people know him from and where he got to start and whatnot. And, I've read, I think he does a lot of session stuff. And, I mean, the guy is just...
Hold it. Was he he's the other voice on Rockstar?
Yeah, that's right. He's the other voice on Rockstar.
He's Millie from Steelheart does the Steel Dragon stuff.
Yeah.
And I think Jeff Scott Soto did all the Mark Wahlberg stuff.
Okay.
So, so it would be a little bit different.
Yeah.
But that's how amazing both those guys are, that they sounded close to each other.
Exactly.
And, they could mimic what they were trying to do.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
Anyway.
I mean, it's just this guy's like Glenn Hughes in the fact that their voice is just flawless. The delivery, I mean, it's almost like a machine.
Yeah,
It's so good.
and this new album's on the heavier side, and I looked up some stuff about it, and he had said that's kind of where his roots were. He wanted to get back to it, and it's real. They listed as power metal, but it's got a lot of different elements in there. There's there's a lot of groove going on. There's proggy style stuff going on. It's just him. His high caliber musicians that he brought in with him.
Yeah.
I think I read I just read that a bit ago. It's his solo band that he just moved into this band with the namesake Soto. First listen, this thing is long as hell.
Yeah, 18 songs.
Yeah, and it's an hour plus long.
Yeah.
But it doesn't drag. It doesn't get old.
No,
because there's no, what do we say? Hashtag all killer, no filler.
That's right.
Which, speaking of, we have koozies now that say that on there.
Exactly.
So get online, order a koozie from us.
Hell yes.
Yeah, they're not there. They might be by the time you hear this, but this week sometime they'll be up.
Exactly.
For all you koozie aficionados like Jason.
Which is what I am. I love them.
Yeah.
Exactly. But, getting back to this album, it's if you just love meat, potatoes, just chunky, heavy metal, this is your album. I really kind of got, and we've talked about this, I kind of got an Adrenaline Mob vibe.
Oh, yeah.
Not only the vocals, if you like Russell Allen, you'll love Jeff Scott Soto. And the music is that kind of vein of metal, just straight up. Hard hitting, it's got some great tunes. Cyber Masquerade's one of my favorites. Sucker Punch, Misfired's awesome. This is a lot of rock, but
Freak Show.
Yeah, like I said, this is a lot of rock, but you won't need to skip anything. It flows pretty nice, even though it's a long record.
Yeah. I think Weight of the World is the first single, maybe, because I heard that on Sirius couple weeks ago, and that's kind of how I found out about it and looked into it. And it's just there was even points where this is going to sound completely weird, but I kind of got a Skid Row vibe too on the more later Skid Row. Like, I can't know any song in particular, but the Subhuman Race, maybe.
Yeah,
that kind of style where it's it's heavier, and maybe that lies into the groove part of it. I don't know. But
cool.
But like you said, yeah, there's that Adrenaline Mob-esque moments because just like them, there's, like we said, amazing musicianship throughout.
Yeah, and they just kind of have that slam, that Adrenaline Mob had, if you know what I mean. It's just that certain energy, and I kind of got that from this record.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. I'm not saying that's a bad thing at all.
No.
So, yeah, this is, definitely check this record out.
Divac. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce it, but
they named it after the basketball player.
Yeah, this is the ode to Vlade Divac.
There you go.
So yeah, check out the new Soto album if you get a chance.
That's right.
Yeah, they're on Facebook, Soto Official.
Yeah, we love it.
Well, the point of all this is this week's guest.
That's right.
Is I Apollo.
Okay.
All 5 members.
Yes.
We were able to catch up with them when they came through town. They actually kicked off this tour. The April Annihilation tour kicked off this past Friday in Austin with
Apotheca and Enslaved by Fear.
And they showed up early into Tulsa and played a one-off show with Enslaved by Fear and a couple other local bands. And then they drove down to Austin to kick this thing off. Well, anyway, we got the chance. We went down to Downtown Lounge, shout out, as always.
Oh, yeah.
And talked to all 5 of these guys. And these dudes are a young band. They're all around, 21? And one of them's 19, I think. Mm-hmm. And it's just cool to see, musicians. We talked to Tim, their manager, after the fact, and he talked about how professional and driven these dudes are for their age is crazy to see and great to see.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of I mentioned in the interview just because they're from their state, but Miss May I, it kind of reminds me of that. Those guys like really hit it at an early age and really became successful, into their early 20s because of how hard they hit it and professionally. And these guys are, I hope, hopefully on that same path.
Exactly. I mean, these guys they're young, they're hungry, they're professional, but at the same time, they can goof off and know how to have fun. They are hardworking, like a motherfucker. I mean, I don't want to give away too much, in our little intro, but as you'll hear in the interview, they really go beyond the call of duty, in the way of, the work and getting themselves out there, that, a lot of bands, that you just don't see a lot anymore. And so it was really refreshing, to see these guys, they get it. And, they're very focused. And, I think if they stay on that path, we're going to hear a lot more from them.
Yeah. And they're hitting the touring pretty heavy. They've got like 50 dates lined up as we speak, back and forth across the country. So you have chances to see this. And if you like metal, if you like heavy ass metal, you're going to like this.
Yeah, definitely.
Which, speaking of, you want to play this right now?
Yeah, let's play this song and then we'll talk about it.
All right. This is from their new EP, which is called Stranded, and the track's called Surface. got Surface from I Apollo off their new EP called Stranded. There's 7 or 6 songs on this thing. They're all just like that one, all badass in your face, pound you, then bring some melody out to you as well.
Yeah, it's got a pretty brutal breakdown. That's awesome, and just the vocals are just crazy awesome. I mean, they're just on point, and it's got some pretty cool album artwork to boot. Yeah,
Yeah, I love these guys are just. It's just intense, and it's intense in a good way. I mean, there's some stuff that's so intense that I just can't get into it, but this is, extremely, it's got a chorus that's melodic and catchy, and like you said, the vocals are, high caliber. All the musicianship's high caliber.
Yeah.
They're, an active, great live band. It's just excited, to see where these guys go.
Definitely.
Well, let's just get right into this interview then.
Yeah, let's get into it. Probably just start go around, say your name and what you do.
Cool.
And we'll start.
So people know your voice. Start, and then we'll go this way.
I'm Brendan. I'm the vocalist of I Apollo.
I'm Cole. I'm a guitarist.
I'm Justin. I'm a guitarist.
Quentin Hurd, the drummer.
Andrew. Play bass.
Right on. This is first night of this April Annihilation tour. Well, I guess Austin's technically the first night, right?
Yeah.
This is the first show you guys are doing?
Yeah, we just got this one down.
Okay. So, is this the first time in this area of the country for you guys? I remember I looked at the dates, but I forgot. I remember Austin's next and all that. Is there any cities you guys are really looking forward to playing?
San Antonio and
Austin.
Yeah.
Austin for sure.
Nice big cities down there. I know a lot of metalheads are from Texas, so
Yes.
hopefully we can reel in the metalheads.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, as far as touring, have you done that at all? Or is this the first major tour?
As in, with other bands?
Outside of Ohio?
Yeah, we did.
Outside of that area of the country?
We did one, was it 2 years ago?
It was 2 summers ago.
2014.
Two summers ago, and we only did it by ourselves. So this is our first tour actually touring with other bands, which would be hoping to be way better. We definitely see it.
We were in a Dodge Nitro with 5 dudes.
Yep.
Yeah, sweaty nut sack for days.
And in a U-Haul.
Yeah.
So this is like luxury to us.
Yeah. Now we're just in debt.
There's gonna be a lot more of that probably.
Yeah.
Worth it.
So you guys friends or fans of Enslaved by Fear or Apotheca?
I thought you were going to say each other, but...
They hate each other.
Really the most we know about Apotheca and Enslaved by Fear, besides they're awesome local musicians. Pretty much we're in a chat. All we can do is just text them and message them.
It's really nice coming here and playing the show, getting to meet Enslaved by Fear before we start this tour, just to get a good head start about what those guys are about and stuff.
Pretty awesome dude so far.
Yeah, so far I like it.
Very cool.
So did you guys get here today, or?
Yeah, no, we've been here since yesterday.
Oh, okay.
In Tulsa. We've been here since yesterday.
Took a day to promote and hang out.
So did you hang out with them at all?
No, they drove from Texas to come here.
Yep.
Right?
40 minutes north.
The other man did it for sure.
Yeah, they're 40 minutes north.
Enslaved is?
Enslaved.
Yeah, this is their
Enslaved
hometown.
from here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But no, we didn't have the chance to hang out with them.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much bummed it in Planet Fitness parking lot.
Good times. Pitched a tent.
Camped out,
It's
yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Pitch a tent.
Breakfast in the parking
Made
lot, cooked
French
some eggs.
toast on the grill in the parking lot.
Made friends with the security guard.
Yep.
He was a cool dude. He was really nice.
Yeah, he was cool.
Real nice dude.
So you didn't get busted for pitching a tent in the parking lot?
We thought for sure. We thought for sure it was done.
We had
thought
till
for
6
sure
a.m.
that we
this
were done.
morning.
Not yet.
6 a.m. Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, just be out by the morning. And so we made breakfast and stayed late.
So we went to the Planet Fitness, and the lady at the desk was like, "You guys have a good morning, good breakfast?" I was like, "Oh boy!" She watched the whole thing.
She's
And yes,
cool though. Leslie
yes,
was
we
cool,
did.
yeah.
I think she was happy that we used her facility too instead of just her parking lot.
We'll be back tonight.
So what's the plan the rest of the tour? Just
Same.
We're gonna
parking lots?
Parking
stick,
lots.
stick to the Planet
Fitness.
Fitnesses because
Yep.
Showers.
Those are nice.
we feel like we'd have some leeway if we get to use their facilities. They'll be a lot less upset with us being in their parking lot.
Right.
We're really just trying to stay away from spending money on hotels as much as we can.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, that'll get you.
Yep.
A little further.
Right.
Yeah.
So I saw today you guys are doing this tour in May, the Convalescents.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Our dudes.
We played with
And then
those
you-
guys a few times, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are they from your area of the country?
They're in Ohio.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, we actually had an interview with Ryan from Miss May a couple months ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Bass player?
Yeah.
They're from the Columbus area.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But,
The most I can say about him is to follow him on Twitter and watch all their band videos.
yeah.
I'm a fan.
Really good live.
Yeah. Well, so you're announcing a tour tomorrow. Can you say what it is? Because this isn't going to air for like a week.
Is it
This
live?
ain't going up till next week. No.
Next week?
Yeah.
We're actually touring with I Set My Friends on Fire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
From Epitaph.
It's gonna be down in Florida. It's gonna be really awesome.
Working our
This
way
guy,
up the East Coast.
frontman, hasn't even been to a beach yet.
Wow.
Yep.
He's gonna learn this year.
I've been to a
And
fake
he's-
beach, never seen the ocean.
I
so.
promise you will not want to leave.
Yeah, you're gonna love it.
I heard it's
So-
awesome, but it's also eerie and scary. But I'll just ignore that eerie and scary. Just get in the water. Get eaten by
Yeah.
sharks.
Drink a lot of salt
Stay away
water.
from the pirates. Fine.
Most shark attacks are in Florida. Oh, okay. Next question.
So the Stranded EP, what's the response been to it so far?
Really good,
Pretty
actually.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty stoked on people actually liking the quality on it. Josh Schroeder up in
Yeah,
Michigan.
sounds great, yeah.
He gave us some pretty good tips.
Yeah, we pass out like demos and everything, and we were promoting yesterday at the mall, and we passed out a demo, and this guy named Cadence, like 30 minutes later, messaged us on Facebook. It was just like, man, this is badass. He was like, the only thing I don't like about it is there's 3 tracks on it. So that's definitely the coolest thing, I think. That's pretty cool.
So y'all went to the mall and handed out demos.
We went to the
Yeah,
mall. We
That's
walked
a
around
fucking
here.
great idea.
Yeah.
We went
See
plenty
that
of
a lot.
places.
That's
First thing
bars.
we did when
We
we
hit
got
the
here.
Hot Topics and Spencer's, and
Yeah.
usually they're really cool about leaving our demos up on the desk and flyers and stuff.
Right.
Zoomies,
First
PacSun,
thing we did is
Tulsa.
we parked at this Planet Fitness parking lot.
Yeah.
And then I went in the facilities. Caught up with these guys down the street, and there's a guy in a auto shop playing the drums and an electric guitar.
That was sick.
He ended up, we dropped them off to him. He might be showing up tonight.
That's
He got a hold of us too. He gave us a call like a couple hours later.
Yeah.
It sounded great.
Really appreciated us like stopping by. Like
Like
Yeah.
he saw when we drove up there, when we were walking up to a gas station. He was up there, like he was inside. I was like,
I hear
"Is that a
guitar.
guitar?"
Yeah, he was
It's
just
like
shredding.
clean. And I was like, "That can't be a guitar."
And it
Switched
got
over to
louder and
distortion.
louder.
He's just over there, just playing, minding his own business, being loud. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Then we show up and be like, "Hey!" He's like, "Oh God."
Is the 3 songs on the demo 3 of the songs that are on Stranded?
Yes.
Okay.
First 3.
There's 6 of them.
First 3, right? On the demo?
first
3, yeah. First 3 that we played too. They we playing tonight.
Yeah, it's a great approach. It's like old school getting out there,
Yeah, exactly.
pushing your stuff
Yeah.
Actually,
face to face.
we're surprised with a lot of people don't do it as much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we get turned down just as many times as people actually enjoy that we're doing something about it, but it's
When you do, you meet the right people. It's like
it's so rewarding.
It's
right.
way better to
yeah, the
make
fact that you met
fans.
them, it means more. You know.
Yeah, a lot
Yeah,
more.
sticks
they'll
with
remember it more than a
Yeah.
like on Facebook.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's a better chance they're going to listen to it, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's better
Yeah.
to be like, "Hey, like my band, please." Other
Yeah.
than like, "Hey, man, what's up?
Gets
What are you
annoying,
into?
dude.
Right.
Sweet, we have some shows going on."
A band will follow me on Twitter. I'm like, sweet. Sweet bands know who I am. And then I just get a message.
Never
Hey, man, check out
Yeah.
this song now.
Dang it.
All right. You don't have to shove your music down your throat. A nice formal greeting, handshake. Hey, how you doing? You know, if you got a minute, you like metal? Like, it's connecting with people. It's
Much
definitely
better approach.
Yeah, way better approach. If we do it enough, it can only help us.
You guys do that all the time?
Yeah,
in Ohio
a lot.
as well?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like in Columbus, walking on High Street, the most
All
popular
the time.
street.
Yeah.
Like we did it like every weekend when we first started. Now we just try to get there as much as we can.
We also try to visit the venues that we're planning on playing ahead of time. We'll visit them beforehand, put up flyers, spread the word a little bit before we get there. Try to get as many people there as we can.
Have venues that have shows already, such as like big artists,
Yeah.
like
Nearby.
Monster Flames.
Pass out.
We're gonna hit
Yeah.
damn it.
Oh,
Hailstorm. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
right over there last night.
We were here last night and we saw the people like, what the hell's going on?
That's what's going on.
Like we had CDs and we were gathering them up, and we were like trying to figure out a plan. We were like, we need a little bit more. Like we need a lot more CDs. There was a line going all the way past the semis, all that stuff. Next thing we got out here, like, let's do this. All of them were inside.
Yeah.
We were like,
Done.
shit.
Hey, they had to get in there and see Lita Ford.
I know.
Ooh, I do not blame them.
Then we met this guy, and he was like, "Hey, man, you find someone who's selling tickets, I get you in." And I was like, that'd be a lot of money. Saw some guy, only had one ticket.
Yeah, he was cool.
For all of us, though.
For all of us, he said.
It's definitely
Yeah.
something wrong with that guy. All right.
So how'd you guys end up working with Josh Schroeder?
Pretty much. Q's our new drummer. Great guy, amazing drummer. The drummer that we had before, he was searching through people and then just listening to all the demos and stuff like that. And Josh Schroeder actually recorded some bands that we're actually interested in. Like, now that we're not interested in other bands, but still, that we're interested in. Like, we looked up to as an upcoming band. But pretty much that's how. And he was like, hey, I don't know if we can. I don't know if he does local, but I just messaged him, and the guy was like, yeah, for sure. Actually, that you guys are local would be a lot more fun than doing signed bands because they want it their way, and I can actually help you guys and like give you guys tips. And we're like, sweet, let's do it.
Nice. So is that easy? Just will you do it? And he said, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to ask you about cover art. One of you guys do that, or
No, we
is that pretty
actually
badass?
Dan Mumford over in
He's from Europe.
I don't know exactly where in Europe, but he does a lot of our favorite bands artwork.
Okay.
Black Eyed. No. He did the
The music video.
yeah.
Okay.
No, we're called. Dan Mumford did I think he did Miss May Eyes.
Okay.
Miss May I, a couple last in Alexandria, this band called Tear Out the Heart. The Word Alive. Parkway Drive. Who's the other one with the shark?
Color Morale.
No, it's. Never mind. That was the main. That was the coolest one that we saw. We were like, that's sweet.
That's our guy.
Yeah.
We'll, talk about how you guys came together and kind of your influences and stuff. Just kind of how that all came to be.
All right, sweet. I go. Pretty much how we came together. Justin, Quentin, and Andrew actually knew. Cole and I were in a band before called The Nameless Chachi. If anyone's ever heard of that, most likely not. But we were pretty much going through a hard time trying to get everybody to just stay in because it was going through a rough time as a local band, trying to stick together. Then some people dropped. We found Quentin, locked it in. Found Andrew through he's got this. He records his own music and heard him. We were like, sweet. It's like I think he could definitely be a part of this band. And just as my cousin heard our music, he was like, dude, I love it. And we were like, sweet. And he was like, I want to be a part of it. And I was like, you can't play guitar, so sweet. Made him. That's pretty much how it happened. Our influences, you guys want to get on the line?
Lamb of God.
Lamb of God for sure.
Like Moths to Flames.
Like Moths to Flames.
You gotta say yours.
Do I? Oh, you can go first. I'll do mine last.
My influences started out with Sevenfold, and like a lot of the solo stuff I do, I like the riffage more than like shredding. Like I just like writing riffs and stuff like that. So my stuff's heavily rip deprived. Other than that, heavier. one of my influences. I know you guys don't like them, but I like Crown the Empire. They were my dudes.
We like them.
They're kind of like Mice and Men, though. They're getting a little soft for
Yeah, that's true.
my taste, but still love them. Still love them.
It's definitely my favorite band.
You still love them. You love Mice and Men.
Mice and Men's definitely my favorite. Blue Collins definitely up there. I'm a big YouTuber, so he started out with like just YouTube videos on drumming, and then now he's with The Word Alive. So I have to like The Word Alive because Blue Collins in it. Yeah,
Sure. Mine would probably be like Miles of Flames, The Plot and You, Lamb of God, of course. All hail. And Dixie Chicks and Drake.
Nice.
pretty much.
Nothing wrong.
I was getting that vibe from you. Like as far as writing goes, the CP or anything before that, how'd you guys? Is it one of you, or is it a collective effort, or how was it?
Based on the EP, honestly, it was Cole and I. It was based on some songs that we had before in the old band, but not all the way. We actually wrote one right before, and actually when we decided to change the name, took about didn't take a year, or was it 2 years?
It was a while.
It was a while that we had the songs already, some of them, and pretty much we just switched over the name and beefed them up. That's how.
You guys got stuff already written past the EP?
Yeah.
Newer stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
It's taken-
not out though, no.
Right.
Yeah,
We've
definitely.
been passing this EP/demo out for a good while, just trying to boost it before we even
Right.
release anything else new.
Is
The
that
EPO.
is the idea to keep doing EPs, or are you gonna
No, the next
work
one
on
will
a
be
full-on
length.
album? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any timetable for that, or
Not really, not yet.
No,
just
yeah.
worry about it when the time comes? Type thing?
Yeah.
It's in the works. We just don't want to get out of time and not be able to finish it
Right.
because other things are going on.
Yeah, we want to focus on the EP before we kind of get
Right.
situated with the full length because it'll be our first one. So
Well, plus you're on the road for what is it, the next 3 months, basically, or
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
yeah,
A couple months off, then in August back out for the Set My Friends on Fire tour.
oh, that's in August.
Yep.
August, yeah.
Well, talk about like your vocals are just—it's badass how you're just like pummeling and then you're singing. And I mean, how do you? I mean, how's the switch, especially live? I mean, how do you take care of that voice, man?
He doesn't.
He doesn't.
He doesn't at all.
Well, during the recording process, we were gonna have our drummer do it because right before recording, we dropped our vocalist. So technically, during recording, it was my first time doing vocals. Period. It was rough, but he had me drink this tea called Throat Coat.
Okay.
We mixed it with honey. Actually got 6 boxes of 16 in the van. Just trying to find some hot water to mix it. It's so hard, but besides that, it's just like whenever we have practice, do that, and sometimes downstairs, put headphones in, screaming and singing by myself in a little room. Anybody walks in the house, they're just gonna get muffled screams and terrible singing. And I'm like, what is that?
I wonder what the hell's going on.
Yep, someone's dying downstairs. It sounds terrible. But yeah,
Worst thing I've ever heard.
but live, we just switch. Cole used to just do guitar, but now we're forcing him to do backup vocals. Sorry. So he's helping out a little bit, a lot of it.
Cool.
But you do the clean and the
Yeah.
rough
Yeah,
stuff,
on the
right?
album,
On
he'll
the-
do it
okay.
as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
believe
For
you
the support live-wise.
Right.
I believe you recorded the cleans first, right? And then
Yes to that, but newer stuff. We're actually the guy we're recording with now is actually making me do the screams first. I'm like, oh, you little great guy though.
Is there a good metal scene in Ohio?
Certain spots,
Yeah.
Dayton for sure, but
I'm not really sure how Cincinnati is. Cincinnati good.
Now getting into that.
That's
Yeah.
I felt like it was relatively new. We've been going there more recently than back then. But
right.
for sure.
So I saw your guys' description as the Millenium Falcon of metalcore.
Yeah.
Is there T-shirts that say this? Because if they're not, you're missing out.
That's true.
Who came up with that?
Yeah.
There might
This
be.
guy.
All right.
Yeah, Tim.
Nice.
All right. I like it.
I think we're gonna do it now that
Yeah,
you
we
just said
should
it.
now. Just
Yeah.
for you guys.
On stage, when I hit the cymbals and stuff, I try to like flap my wings like one, if that counts.
Like a Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
Does the Millennium
Kinda,
Falcon have
I'm
wings?
working on it. It does now because I said that.
Look up the Millennium Falcon.
I don't even
Call
know.
Cedar Point.
Sounds like a bird. Sounds like a
Falcon
mascot
is a
for a
bird.
hockey team, actually.
You got anything else you want to throw out there? Say whatever you want. It's
Thank you.
No
Now you wanna
rules.
say
Let's
something?
go check us out on Facebook.
www.facebook.com/iApolloBand. Check us out on Twitter, Instagram.
We're on Spotify, iTunes, Pandora.
We got a YouTube channel, so we're going to be posting a lot of tour updates for this tour. Definitely future videos. Hopefully some music videos coming out soon. So follow us on Facebook, YouTube, all that good stuff. All of them. All the social medias. We're everywhere.
is there already live videos up there and stuff? I assume?
We got on YouTube. Yeah, we have a few live videos. Hopefully we'll get some more solid ones here soon.
But we just posted a tour update, so
Yeah,
please
tour-
check that out.
Tour updates are going to be great.
Yeah, they'll be coming
Plentiful.
on.
And
Yeah.
the bands that we're touring with starting tomorrow. Tomorrow, right?
In 2 days. Well, tomorrow's a day off. That's when we're going to go down there. But
Okay, well, the April Annihilator tour, please check out Enslaved by Fear and Apotheca.
Yes.
Enslaved by Fear is pretty awesome. But
Yep.
Apotheca we haven't met yet. We do have a girl vocalist, so respect.
yeah, she's hardcore.
Enslaved by Fear's vocalist is like really sexy.
Yeah.
So you didn't hear that.
Cool, guys. We appreciate it.
No problem.
Alright.
Thank you very much.
thanks.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. There you go. All 5 members of the band I Apollo out of Ohio. Thanks again for all them taking the time to do that. Thanks to their manager, Tim, for setting that up for us. We also talked to him for a little bit after, just BS'd about all kinds of stuff, and great dude.
Yeah, definitely. He was a big help, so we appreciate it.
Yeah, and, as you could tell, that was outside, but it didn't seem too bad. A few cars went by, but for the most part,
Yeah, I think it went all right.
yeah, I think. Hopefully you could hear everything okay. Be sure, like I mentioned earlier, to check out their EP that's called Stranded. It's out now. There's 6 tracks on it. If you see them somewhere, if you're able to get out there and catch them live, or if you're in the mall and you run into them, they might give you a 3-track demo for free.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
so
and
you
listen
said
to
early-
it if they give it to you.
Yeah, you said earlier that you didn't want to spoil anything, but now that it's been spoiled, or they
Ye-
talked about it, you can mention it, that
Yeah.
these guys are out pounding the pavement in the malls.
Yeah,
and acting like it's 1989 or something, which is awesome.
Exactly. Well, did you hear me in the interview? I kind of stopped. I go, wait.
Yeah.
Did you just say you go out to the malls and hand out demos and flyers? I mean, that is so fucking valuable and so smart to do. It just, I was just proud to be around them when I heard that, because more bands, especially young bands, need to do that. So, just my hat's off to them for that. That was super impressive.
Yeah, and they've got tour diaries up from every show date. I noticed,
Yeah.
the first couple I've watched them already. It's funny stuff, so just like you said, it's just super impressive to see guys, especially this age, doing the work they're doing. And, I don't think this is the last you're going to hear that name, which is a great band name as well.
Yeah, that is. So, definitely patronize this band. Hit them up. Listen to their stuff. They deserve it.
Yeah. I Apollo on Facebook. It's I,APOLLO. Well, hit us up at thethunderground.com. We've got tons of reviews up there. We've got all 54 previous podcasts up there. Photos and stuff. We got a feature called Lost Classic that we do on Instagram, where we bring up old albums that, that were underrated or didn't get their fair shake in our opinions.
That's right.
Write a review of it, basically. All those are up there on the website for you to see, and all our social media links are up there, which are Instagram at The Thunder Underground, YouTube at The Thunder Underground, Twitter is THNDRUNDR Ground. Periscope is Thunder Underground, all one word. And then SoundCloud is soundcloud.com/Thunder-Underground. And there's 54 previous podcasts on SoundCloud.
Yeah, check them out. And
if you like the heavy stuff, there's some on there.
Oh yeah, definitely. And like we said earlier, we've got koozies now.
Yeah,
I think we're going to put some pictures up here in a little bit so everybody can get a look at them.
Yeah.
As far as pricing, I'm not sure yet. We're not going to rake you over the coals.
Yeah,
as Vince Vaughn would say in old school. but
it'll be cheaper than your average koozie.
That's right. And we just want to get the word out. So be on the lookout for that. And thanks for listening.
Yeah, and we'll have within the month. Hopefully, we'll have T-shirts maybe too.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, and we'll be sporting all this stuff out at Rocklahoma.
That's right.
Passing it out and getting the word out.
It's like Mel Brooks and Spaceballs, merchandising.
And if you would like to share this, if you're a fan of iApollo and you're on Facebook or Twitter, click retweet or click share. That is invaluable to us, and I'm sure it is to them as well, to get their name out. Helps us get our name out. Click like and share on any other previous podcasts you like. Drowning Pool, Insight, Battlecross, Overkill, Warrant, Pitbulls on Crack, Oklahoma Hombres.
Crowbar.
Yeah, Crowbar. How do you forget that? Europe.
That's right.
All over the board. Sons of Texas, Caroline Spine, Frank Hannon Band.
The Sword.
Yeah. That's one of the highlights right there too.
Oh, definitely.
All right. Well, thethunderunderground.com. And until next time.
Thunder Underground, y'all.